Autopsy reports revealed that her time of death was roughly 5 p.m. last afternoon. Police have determined that the victim was killed elsewhere and then brought to Bloom Park to be put on display. The MPD has expanded the scope of their investigation and are encouraging anyone with any information to come forward. In other news, at 6:10 p.m. today, on the outer circle of the Capital City Highway in Minato District, Tokyo, a traffic collision occurred involving 5 cars and at least 1 truck. As a result of the pileup, 1 man was sent to the hospital unconscious in critical condition. 6 other individuals were treated for minor injuries. MPD has arrested the driver of the truck suspected to be the cause of the accident for negligence. The investigation is ongoing.
Who are you? Wait, are you a ghost?
Idiot. It's me.
Who you? Me?
It's...
Whom?
I said me!
But are you a ghost?
I'm not a ghost.
Then, Aiba? But why?
I just thought I would protect myself. You seem lonely.
How are you doing this?
I am overlaying the image your left eye processes with augmented reality. You can't see me through your right eye, only your left.
You can't just pop into my eyeball without permission.
You do realize I do that all the time, right?
It was somewhere around here, right? Where I heard the phone ring.
Affirmative.
The source can't be far. The phone must be nearby.
I do not know if it actually exists. Dreams consist of memories. But that does not mean that they perfectly mirror reality. In fact, it is more common that what occurs in dreams is distorted. For example, the events witnessed in the last Somnium were absurd, exaggerated, or otherwise warped. Clearly, they do not represent exactly what happened in reality. The ringtone as well.
Mizuki didn't necessarily hear it. I understand that. But it's our only lead. Come to think of it, you look kind of like you do when you're in Somnium. What's that about?
What do you mean?
Well, you don't usually look like that. You have a Somnium form and another form.
Oh, this?
Yes, that. Why are you doing this now?
I was bored last night, so...
Huh?
I thought you would like it.
Why would I like it?
Well, I did attempt to shape myself to your preference.
If you could do that, change it. Be Reika from Tiefblau.
I will not.
Why not?
Because I won't. I am connected to your brain via artificial nerve. I am part of your working brain. Our minds are one. During the sync, when the data that constitutes your ego is transferred, some of my main programming is also transferred. That is why I appear in Somnium. Do I even need to explain this sort of thing to you? I have experienced sinking many times with you. Although it is true that I have never appeared to you in this form. As I mentioned earlier, I cannot say for certain if there was a phone here. However, if there is, it must be well hidden. CSI has already searched the area thoroughly, but they did not discover anything.
Well hidden, huh? Maybe a place you can't see with the naked eye.
Let me see. I need to analyze the surroundings. It is certainly the case that the phone would be placed somewhere not readily visible to the naked eye. If it exists at all.
Look at that.
It appears to be a smartphone.
I knew it was in the horse.
Don't lie. You doubted me.
So how do I get it out?
I cannot find any weaknesses or seams in the horse's body. The horse's neck does not detach either.
There must be some hole or something.
I found one.
Where?
The mouth of the horse. I might be able to fit inside. One moment.
I got it!
Yes. Good job, Iva. Iva, who owned this phone? The number is...
This is a rental phone.
a rental.
The owner is unknown. It is registered under a false identity.
Come on.
Date, look at the device history.
It's gone. No outgoing call history.
What about the incoming history?
Only one call. 9:02 p.m. yesterday.
Mizuki and Ota discovered the corpse at approximately 9 p.m.
Mizuki must have heard this phone.
That would connect to what we experienced in Somnium. Who is the caller?
Their name isn't displayed. The number isn't in their contacts. In fact, there are no contacts, no numbers at all.
This number is also from a rental phone. No owner is registered.
Oh,
What happened?
the battery died. The screen turned off. Iba, remember the number I just gave you?
Of course.
Call it. My name is Kaname Date. I'm with the Metropolitan Police Department.
Are you an idiot?
They hung up.
Oh, you think so? What kind of low IQ ignoramus calls a suspicious number and says they are from the police?
I couldn't help it. I wasn't ready. I just said the first thing that came into my head.
You told me to call.
I didn't think it would work.
Disappointing. There is no other word for it.
You're telling me. Iba, can you call it again? I'll be ready this time, I swear.
Are you sure?
Yeah, trust me.
The number you have dialed is no longer in service.
Damn, call deny.
Call deny?
Yeah, call denied.
Oh, the thing Reika from the Cabaret Club did to your number.
Damn, you remember that?
Unknown. But it does appear to be deliberate. Did the culprit do this? Or did someone else? And for what specific purpose? Probably someone involved in the incident. They hung up as soon as they heard you mention the police, then refused further incoming calls. That behavior is at the very least suspicious. Near 3rd Street, Shinjuku.
That's a wide range. Can you tell if they called from a smartphone?
They did. I can tell from the number.
Does it have GPS?
The phone is likely capable of that function, but it has been disabled. The power also appears to be off. I cannot connect from any line, because you blew it. What? Why?
I want to hear her voice.
She put you on call deny.
Can't you try from another line?
I can, but I won't. Use a payphone if you want to call her. There would be no point to that now. The recipient is alerted to our presence and likely on the move.
Right. Iba, let's get going. There's nothing more here.
Where are we going? Iris's house?
Yeah, I'm curious.
About your prophecy? Absurd. It was nothing.
Let's hope so.
Coming! Date!
By the way, where's your mom?
She left earlier. She got a Nile message from someone. She looked kind of panicky, too.
Where did she go?
Dunno. She didn't tell me. I'm hop, hop, hoppy happy. Hop, hop, hop. Rabbit goes hop. Why do you ask?
Oh, well, you see...
Because I saw your dead body in a dream. Are you seriously going to tell her that?
You hush.
Date, you have confirmed that Iris is safe. Are you done here?
I know.
Date! You came! But aren't you a little early?
Huh?
You said you would play Shovel Forge with me tomorrow.
No, I didn't. I did promise to go on a date with you.
Tomorrow? It's not even midnight yet. I kept my promise by staying home, so you need to keep your promise, Date. Oh, did you want something to drink?
No, sorry. I should be going.
What? Leaving already?
Yeah, I have some work to do.
Well, will you at least watch my stream at 1?
Stream?
Don't you remember? I'm an internet idol.
And you're gonna stream online?
Yeah.
At 1 in the morning?
Yeah.
You're a young woman. You shouldn't stay up so late.
Oh, jeez, you sound like an old man.
Because he is an old man.
It's fine. Today isn't for work, it's just a personal stream.
That's not the issue.
And tomorrow is Sunday.
The day isn't the issue either.
Anyway, please watch, okay? I'll ask you about it on tomorrow's date.
Fine.
Date, I have been thinking. I am glad that nothing bad happened.
Yeah, you're right.
Because sometime real soon, I'm going to die.
About Renju.
Renju?
Yesterday I told you he vanished after he was questioned. Well, we found him.
Where?
Central Hospital. He was brought there from a traffic accident. He's unconscious and it's not looking good.
Could it be?
Capitol Highway?
Oh, you heard about it?
We heard the report on the radio last night.
I can't believe it was about Renju.
I asked HQ to look into it. They found a few things. First, the owner was Shoko Nadami.
It was Shoko's phone?
Yes. Her face was registered in the phone's facial recognition authentication.
Who called the phone?
Sorry, we don't know that yet. They called from a burner phone. They didn't register a name.
I can make a deduction with this information. We know that the phone belonged to Shoko.
Right.
Whoever it was made their call at 9:02 p.m. after Shoko was killed. I believe we can make an assumption here.
The caller probably wasn't the murderer. Why would they call the phone of the person they just killed?
Maybe. But the culprit might have been trying to get Mizuki to call, so that they can bring her to the scene.
But then why hide the phone? They would have left it somewhere easier to find.
True. There's been no progress, as usual. The people at the main office are so incompetent. The smartphone you brought in yesterday is still our only lead. Hopefully there'll be a breakthrough. Date, you should go talk to him. He is Shoko Nadami's former husband, after all.
Strange. Mizuki's phone is at home, Date. The GPS and Wi-Fi access point confirm this.
She went home by herself?
Possibly.
But why?
Unknown.
But either way, our mysterious caller is suspicious. Consider this. They did not register the phone under their real name. And also, they hung up as soon as Date mentioned he was a cop. And on top of that, they blocked Date's number and turned off the phone.
The blame lies entirely with Date. I suggest cutting his salary.
I'll cut your battery.
Do it. I'll plug in somewhere.
Anyway, we have to identify the caller. If you don't want your salary cut.
Fine.
All the history's been erased. There's nothing on the phone itself, but we can still look up its records. I happen to have a friend at the cell company. The head office is looking into it now.
Date, you promised to go on a date with Iris yesterday. What exactly are you planning to do?
What? Seriously?
It's a social date.
A man's promise is his bond. You absolutely must keep your word.
Have you ever heard of a white lie?
So, you're gonna act like it never happened.
That's not what I said. The day's not over yet. If I go see her and socialize for a bit, that's a date, right?
Oh, so you are not planning a real date then?
No, of course not.
If you say so.
You almost sound relieved, Iba.
Pardon?
Are you jealous?
Impossible! I could never be jealous of a silly little human like her.
Uh-huh. Sure.
I am watching the case file of Shoko Nadami as it is updated in real time. Currently, it appears as though there has been no significant progress. Hey Date, why not go to that bar you haven't been to in a while?
Bar?
Marble in Golden Yokocho.
Iba, let's move.
Roger that.
Bedside table. Headlight fable.
That's not even a thing.
There's no one here.
Indeed, the bed is empty.
He's not here, as you can see. I'm a nurse. I work here. I'm assigned to Mr. Okiura. He snuck out at night.
Snuck out?
Mr. Okiura arrived with internal injuries. The surgery was successful, but he was in no condition to move. He would have opened up his wounds, and then he would be in real trouble.
Real trouble, huh?
Yes. I can't believe it. Where could he have gone?
Renju is extremely suspicious. He has no alibi for the time of Shoko's murder. That was noted in the investigation report.
That's not so strange, though.
There's more. I cannot reach Renju by any means. He has not attempted to visit Mizuki in the hospital, even though she is his daughter and witnessed a traumatic event. Despite all this, he runs from the hospital, even with substantial injuries. Perhaps this is an escape.
Iba, call Lemnis Gate.
Roger that.
Hello, this is Lemnis Gate Entertainment offices. Let me hear your message. Thank you.
Do you have any idea where he might be?
Sorry, no clue. I'm trying to get in touch with him too. So far, nothing. I'm getting worried. He must be a mess right now. Oh, wait. Maybe he's at the Maid Cafe.
Maid Cafe? Do you mean Sunfish Pocket?
Yeah, that's the one. Like, out of nowhere, Renji was like, I'm gonna rent out Sunfish Pocket. I guess he was gonna throw, like, a secret party or something? But with the accident and all... Still, he might be there.
Thank you. You've been very helpful.
No problem. Farewell.
Sunfish Pocket, huh?
It is worth scoping out. Hitomi Sagan, Iris's mother.
Yes, but why?
Oh, Date. Sorry for showing up like this.
Suki, what are you doing?
What's it look like? Bench pressing.
You can talk.
Yes, she's no longer mute. I received a Nile message from Mizuki last night. Teacher, can you please help me? I understood right away. The girl's been through so much. I couldn't say no to one of my students.
You're her teacher?
That's right. Mizuki is in my homeroom class. I went to the hospital to pick her up.
She left earlier. She got a Nile message from someone.
Mizuki wrote a note saying that she wanted to go home. Not to Renju's house, but here. So that's the story. I apologize for coming over without asking.
Okay, so since I started playing this game from the very beginning, for this one, lots of weird stuff started to happen. I mean, come on. There's a traffic accident, and all of a sudden, Renji's involved with a traffic accident. Like, everywhere Renji pops up, and something starts to happen. He was arrested, and then he just ditched from being arrested. Then he didn't show up to his house. Then he doesn't even care that his daughter is in dire danger. Then he's in a traffic accident. Like, come on, this game is trying to, like, throw you, like, way off. Like, make it so obvious that Renju is probably the guilty party, and he probably isn't the guilty party at all. And if he is, then this will be, like, the biggest disappointment of all time, if he really is. I mean, come on. And here's another thing. The game makes no sense. Because unless those things that she's bench pressing, like, it says there are a lot. Like, this is a 12-year-old girl, and she's bench pressing, like, a lot of pounds. Right? That's not a little bit of pounds. That's a lot. Like, nothing in this game is making sense now, even in reality. So, I don't know what the hell's going on, to be honest with you. Before, I started to know what was going on, but now I'm starting to think the people who made this game are simply just throwing things in the game to just throw things in the game. So the only logical sense for why she could be bench pressing that much is after she went into the whole machine and did her own brain investigation. The machine did something to her, like to her body, physically alter her body somehow, or at least boost her, or maybe this is all a ploy. It's just pretend, and those weights are just in words, and it's like she's bench pressing a balloon or something. Either way, the only truly suspicious thing that I've seen so far is now she's here. Hitomi's here, so there's no reason for Hitomi should be here whatsoever at all. So she shouldn't be here whatsoever at all. So her being here is weird. And it's like I was saying before, why this girl is now connected to Hitomi can only be the reason that Hitomi was involved with Renji, or with the person who was the actual killer. And the killer was actually involved with Shoko as well. And the killer did something to Shoko. Or, which is the most obvious one, which is probably the most likely one, is that there was some type of affair going on, and then Miss Billy Loomis, sat there, the assistant or her friend, Ota, decided to kill her mother. So it's like I was saying, the suspects are still the same from before, and Hitomi showing up here is probably like an obvious thing. I mean, I don't see the reason why she would be here, but now that I think about it, it's kind of like obvious why she would be here, because she still is connected towards what might be going on. I believe it might be actually been an affair or something, or blackmail. That's the only reason why she would be present here. What she's bench pressing doesn't make sense though, unless it's just a fake weights. So let's see what's going on. It doesn't say. It doesn't even wanna acknowledge that she's bench pressing weights. Which makes no sense. Like, this is reality, it's not the dream world. What she's doing doesn't make sense unless the game explains it.
What's wrong with Daddy?
You haven't heard?
Heard what?
She does not know about the accident.
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks to you. Well, not exactly you. It was Teacher who stayed with me all night.
Mizuki, Renju sent you that Nile message, didn't he?
What?
I got this buddy of mine. Real bad personality, but real good with technology. I got some help from them.
Bad personality?
It was a message sent at 8:05 last night. Does it sound familiar? Mizuki, Daddy got caught up in something serious. Please come to Bloom Park's merry-go-round right away. Daddy needs your help. Please do as I say.
Yeah, that was it. It was from Daddy's phone. But I didn't want to say anything because that would make Daddy a suspect, so...
So you kept quiet.
Yeah. My dad's never said anything like that to me, ever. That he was counting on me? I had to go.
But you invited Ota along.
Bloom Park is in the middle of the Kawasaki district. There are a number of homeless individuals in a high crime rate there. Mizuki must have been worried about going alone.
I couldn't. It's not like we have conversations about our day anyway.
Because you don't talk.
Because you don't listen. She's my teacher. She's special. She's Daddy's friend and Iris's mom. Sometimes I have dinner at her house. She's extra nice to me.
Oh, I know I shouldn't be. I should love all my students equally. But I see Mizuki after school sometimes, and she just looks so lonely. I can't help myself.
When I got there, the ice pick was... It was stuck in my mom's eye. I couldn't think straight. The only thing I could think was... I had to get it out.
So you pulled it out.
Yeah.
After Ota ran away?
Yeah.
Did you hear any sounds?
Sounds?
Like a ringing phone?
Oh, I think I did hear something like that. But I don't remember where it was coming from. I just got scared and ran into the column. The door was open a little, so...
Confirmed. The call at 9:02 p.m. It must have been the phone inside the horse ringing.
I don't think so.
Her eye socket was empty?
Yeah.
Thanks. I'm sorry to have to ask you stuff like that.
It's okay.
So it was not Mizuki who took the eyeball.
No, it was already gone when she got there.
That eyeball has yet to be found. It was probably taken by the culprit.
I don't know where he is.
Can you think of anywhere he might go?
No, not really. I don't know where Daddy goes.
Did he visit you when you were in the hospital?
No. But I didn't expect him to. He's always busy. He doesn't care about me.
You know what? I actually don't know. I didn't do anything special. I just held her against me.
Held her?
I was hugging her close to me all night. When dawn came, I heard her say, "Teacher," and then she started to cry. As you can see, she's fine now. She had a lot bottled up. It came out with the tears, I think. She's a little quiet, but she's a very clever girl. And more than anything, she is kind.
Kind?
When I'm carrying heavy bags, she'll come and help me without me asking. When I'm troubled, she'll sometimes pick flowers to give to me. Not that she has a perfect disciplinary record, but she's a good girl.
What's on her record?
There are a few incidents. Once, she let out all the frogs that were going to be used for science class. Another time, she punched a bully so hard that he chipped a tooth.
Sounds like more than just incidents.
But I like that about her. She's a little clumsy, and just like Renju. Yes, elementary school.
I didn't know you taught at Mizuki's school.
I didn't know Mizuki was living with you. I knew about her circumstances with Renju, but he described you as a relative. But I suppose not. Mizuki explained the situation to me.
You said you and Renju knew each other from high school, right?
Yes, at Eitoku High.
And you work at the public school here.
That's right, a district elementary school.
Is that a coincidence? You becoming the teacher of your friend's kid?
Well, I hadn't always planned on being a teacher, but it wasn't a coincidence that Mizuki ended up in my class. Renju seemed really intent on sending Mizuki to a school where I was teaching. They even moved to get into my school district. That was about 5 years ago, in spring.
Before the divorce?
Yes, but I heard that Shoko didn't have a problem with the move.
Okay, so it's very interesting now because I'm starting to think that Miss Hintomi here, teacher, when he had that dream of her dying in that REM sleep of his, well, it wasn't really REM sleep, but fabricated dream that he made up in his mind before he unlocked that door to his Somnium. First door Somnium. And then he saw her inside of that first door. I'm starting to think seeing her dead on the floor wasn't actually seeing her dead on the floor, because he cannot see. He can't see into the future. I mean, the game's trying to say that he can use prophecy with the AI he has in order to see things that don't exist yet, which is impossible. But I guess he could get like hints or ideas based on circumstances of past to connect dots, and that's what it is. I mean, it's not a prophecy, it's like a connective tissue, like connecting dots of certain circumstances that happened in the past, and attach faces towards those things. So it's not like he's actually seeing a future, he's just replicating an event that happened in the past, and then he's connected anyone that's related to those events, or bloodline or so on, attached to those events as representatives. So he told me probably didn't die there at all. This was just a representative of someone associated with her that was dead on the floor. Or simply a fabrication of his idea of Hitomi that is on the floor itself. At least what he thinks of the circumstances of being around her, that he believes that she's dead, or at least he's dead, like their relationship. Like, okay, so he create things in his mind to say, you know, the guy was standing over the dead version of her, like their relationship is dead, you know, he killed her relationship, or he killed her, or you know, he killed the relationship between her and, so like they were divorced, so he basically killed her love for him or something like that. So he was basically fabricating a metaphor for what had happened between, I guess you could say, between her, Hitomi, and whoever was in the room, because obviously Hitomi wasn't married to anyone, so it could have been like, it's kind of like a betrayal or something that happened. So she was killed by his love for her, and he probably married Shogo. So now think about it. What Dante saw in his mind is simply a reflection of the circumstances that happened in the back. So nobody probably died in the past. It's just like his idea of how he felt about the relationship that was going on, and he used it like someone dying or something, or dead, but no one probably died at all, which means that she was probably in relationship with this dude, and she probably got jealous and killed her, Shogo's mom. I mean, Mizuki's mom. So I now have a face for my suspect, my invisible man. See, there were three before. There was Iris, there was Ota, and there was Aiba, and Mysterious Man. So now Hitomi is Mysterious Man. So my face, I now have the face of my Mysterious Man, Hitomi. But if Hitomi is the face of the Mysterious Man, and she is related to Iris, then it's obviously it's kind of obvious that what's going on then. It's like I was saying before. If Hitomi is actually the face of my invisible killer man, and she actually killed Shogo, then it makes more sense, if you think about it, that it's more powerful. Like you add, if you're filling more water in a bucket, it's more powerful that Iris is the one that did it. Like Aset did it with the help of Ota, or at least Ota showed up and didn't realize that Iris was there, or Iris like set Ota up to come with Mizuki, because she knew what was going to happen. So at least that's how I feel. Like, if Hitomi really is the killer, then Iris is even more the killer than Hitomi, because I put more information into Iris being the suspect than Hitomi. Hitomi is just a suspect now, but Iris was always the suspect from the beginning. So now there's even more reason for it to be Iris than it is for Hitomi. So Hitomi is now my fourth suspect. So now I have the face of my fourth killer. It's not a dude. It's a chick. I would say it's Hitomi. But like I said, it could still be Hitomi. I mean, it could still be Aset, and it could still be Iba. It could still all be these little people who are put there as the sugar-coated toppings to screw up your mind and stuff. But every single thing I'm thinking about are all logical. Like, for all we know, the crazy man, like I said, the pewter, could actually be the person that was in relationship with. It probably didn't have nothing to do with Renji. And if that's the case, then Mr. Date here was probably used to be a ragdoll murderer tool to kill this chick. And Hitomi and Shogo and Renji were dragged into the whole mix to be confusions. So that's what I'm saying. It's all over the place. You don't know exactly who, but at least now I have my fourth suspect face for my fourth suspect. So at least now, I'm good on that sense. Because I don't think it's Renji whatsoever at all. If it is Renji, I'll be incredibly disappointed in this game. Because he is so obvious, and they put it as so obvious, and you're saying in your head, well, it's so obvious, it'll be pathetic if it really is. So, yeah, that's why I would say it can't be Renji, because if it is, then this game fails. So, yeah, at least I have my fourth suspect now. Even more so, she keep touching that arm of hers, damaged arm. I don't believe that was from no cramp or anything. I believe she got into a fight with someone that messed up her arm. Like, if it's not Mr. Pewter or Mr. Renji that messed up her arm, then it's definitely with Shogo that she got into a fight with that messed up her arm, or her daughter Iris that messed up her arm. So someone did that to her. So that's why the main people who are probably the killers right now, her daughter, or Iba. I would say, well, I keep saying her daughter, like Aset, but it's Aset and Ota. Ota is kind of like the person that doesn't know what the hell. Well, I kind of call Ota like the Stu Markerson of the whole thing, but Stu knew what was going on. I think Ota doesn't know what's going on. I think Ota is just being used. So, yeah. So it could be the bioluminescent thing could be still be going on, but it's now switched from Aset and Ota to now Aset and Hitomi. But I'm not wrong. It's still Aset and Ota, because Ota is a part of the whole thing. It's just that he might be just dumbfounded and not know that he's being used. I doubt it's Hitomi, because then it'll be too obvious if it's Hitomi as well. And I doubt it's Renji, because it'll be too obvious if it's Renji as well. I'll be very disappointed if it's actually Hitomi and Renji, because then that means that from the beginning of the game, it'll seem too obvious. Like, at the beginning of the game, I didn't think it was this woman Hitomi when he first met her in an apartment, because why make her the killer? Because it's so obvious that she would be the killer. Just seeing the dead woman in your dreams and then all of a sudden seeing her there, it's like a big red flag stuck right on her head that she has murder intent all over her face. So we're like, I'm gonna throw that in the burner because that's so obvious. So I still think it's ASET though, but I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, then it's the obvious one. But if I'm not wrong, and if it's ASET, then I'll be satisfied because then I know that I didn't know if it really was ASET or not. So who knows? Let's see.
Renju? I don't know.
Really?
Hitomi does not appear to know that Renju was hospitalized either.
That's...
A plate of medical-grade titanium in her right shoulder.
oh.
This is a nice sound system.
Oh, it's nothing special. It's not top of the line. I only spent a couple million yen.
Oh, so it's cheap. That's good. I spilled soda on it on accident.
You did what?
That stuffed animal. It's Mizuki's favorite character. What's its name again?
Yeah, that's Adarabbit.
You gave it to Mizuki on her birthday.
You don't have to tell her that.
I'm sorry? Oh, does it bother you?
Can you not move it?
No, I can't even feel it, I'm afraid.
Was there an accident, or...
I suppose you might call it that. About 6 years ago, I was shot in the shoulder. The nerves died and... Anyway, the story is, one day a criminal broke into my house. He was carrying a gun. From the way he talked, he sounded insane.
drugs?
Maybe. The police statement said that he wasn't under the influence of anything. Just a random crime.
Okay, so what in the world's going on? Like, okay, so now I at least got confirmation that she didn't get in a fight with anyone, didn't mess up her arm. It's from years ago, so it kind of gets Shoko off of the hook of it actually being related to like some type of jealousy thing, or a relationship thing that's going on, and they got into a fight. So now that kind of clears Hitomi out of being the psychopath type. So originally I got her on board as probably being a suspect. Now she's just an interesting party again. I had no idea that the messed up arm was from a dude that broke into her house and shot her arm and trying to rob her house, but she was laying on the floor like she was dead. Like, who shot someone's arm and then they lay on the floor like they're dead like that? I mean, there's nothing in this game that makes sense, to be honest with you. I mean, if you get shot in the arm, I guess you could lie on the floor like you're dead. And I guess it makes sense that he would just some random guy try to rob you and stuff. And I guess that makes sense of why Date remembers the case, because he showed up for that day, and he probably like was part of the investigation. And she got shot in the arm, and the guy was in the house, and he was told about the situation when he showed up. But I doubt he was lying on the floor physically there when he showed up for the gunshot wound in the arm, and she lying on the floor, and the guy was in the house. So he basically created that scenario of her getting shot in the arm, lying on the ground, and him being in the room, looking around. So it's not like he actually saw the situation as it's happening. He just created an illusion of it in his head. So I guess her looking like she's dead on the ground is his fabrication of what he thinks the situation was. But he was all wrong as well. You could even say to the audience, like viewers like myself, were wrong as well, but I'm not wrong, because no one gets shot in the arm and they lay on the ground like they're dead like that. That's just Date's stupid illusion that he created. He thought that he saw a dead body. I could have easily put it in a different way, but at least now she's off the hook, which leaves my three main suspects still in the main forefront. And she's just an interesting party like Pewter is now. So, Mr. Fourth Illusion person, Mr. Anomaly, is not a factor in this whole case anymore. I originally thought he would be a factor in the case, but he was just a random crook in the house. So he's not an interesting party whatsoever anymore. So there's no fourth person. It's only three people who are suspects now. It's Iris, Ota. I mean, well, not really Ota. Iris, Aset, by manipulating Ota, and Iba, and that's it. Because Pewter is an interesting party, and he told me he has an interesting party. And Renji is an interesting party as well. He's not really a suspect in my mind. So there are only two, to be honest with you. There's Aset using Ota. So I thought originally it would be Ota as well. But not really. I always knew it was Aset was the main person. So it's Aset and Iba, and that's it. And there was no third person. All third persons are interesting parties. They're not guilty parties. So it's just Iba and Aset who are the main suspects. And he told me here is an interesting party. Unless something is revealed that she's actually is involved, then she becomes a suspect again. And then Pewter becomes a suspect again. And then Renji becomes a suspect again. Well, for right now, they're just interesting parties. I kind of knew it was too obvious for Hitomi to be the main suspect. I mean, the game spends so much time trying to throw stuff around all over the place. You start yawning and say, oh, for crying out loud, man. Like, it's so obvious that what you're doing, stop doing it. Or at least if you're going to do it and you're going to confuse me, you have to explain it. At least the game explained the reason why her arm's messed up, and explain the reason why Ota does what he does, but it hasn't explained the reason why Renji done what he's doing, simply because it's trying to beat around the bush. But you kind of already know what's going on. These are just cannon fodder people, or sugar-coated topping people, just there to put icing on the cake, but they're not really the main problem. So I'll keep going. At least I have my two main suspects, and my fourth suspect is completely gone now, and my third suspect is now just an interesting party now. There's no third suspect anymore. There are only two now. At least I'm able to like knock it down to a smaller denominator now. So that's my whole objective, was to take those four suspects and see how I was going to break them down to find out who it actually is. And at the same time, I'm keeping those interesting parties an eye on them, because there are certain things that are still suspicious. Like, for instance, a little girl that's able to bench press this. Nothing, unless that's completely made out of air and it's a toy, which is probably more than likely just a toy weights that she's bench pressing, toy weights, pretend weights, which is the most obvious one. I didn't know why I didn't think about it being toy weights. What is weird is that why would a little girl care about bench pressing toy weights anyway? Like, little girls don't care about crap like that. And even if they did, they wouldn't have life-size toy weights to bench press. Unless this trying to tell you that Hitomi wants to be stronger mentally, so she actually gets real weights to do so. But why would she have that inside Date's place? Or why would Date get this for her? I'm assuming Date get this for her, or this was in her original apartment. Why would he get that for her? It's completely mad. Like, there's nothing to explain the reason why this exists. You just see it there. Like, certain things in this game just doesn't make sense. It's trying to throw all this garbage in front of you to make sure to make you think about all sorts of stuff other than focus on what the actual story is. Like throwing a whole bunch of sexual references or all this stuff with regards to women being in front of Date's face and being on dates and all this, and big-breasted women and all this. Like, yeah, I already know what you're doing, so can we get to the point? So let me continue the story.
Anyway, Mizuki has recovered from her aphonia. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
I did not know that Hitomi was Mizuki's homeroom teacher. Is there something wrong?
No, it's nothing.
Well, well, if it isn't Date! Long time no see. Is something wrong?
No, I just wanted to talk.
About Shoko Nadami, Ren's ex?
You're as sharp as ever.
I saw it all on the news. How awful. I have something, but I don't know how useful it will be.
No, tell me.
You know how Shoko was a representative of that investment company?
Yeah?
They were part of a massive fraud scheme.
Really?
That's right. And they were in bed with the Kumakuras, the Yakuza gang. So maybe...
The Kumakuras killed her?
I don't know for sure, but they were capable of it. Maybe Shoko did something to piss off the wrong people, and they punished her for it. That's unusual. Not a bourbon.
I'm working.
I drink at work all the time.
We have very different occupations.
It's kind of the same. I make people throw up. You make people throw up the truth. I've been okay. How are you, Date, honey? I don't see you around here.
I've been...
You used to... laughing, drowning each other's sorrows. Sometimes getting into arguments. One time it even became a real fight. You remember that?
Really?
Oh, yes.
You don't remember? Your drunk ass spilled your beer on Ren's watch. Ren was furious, yelling about how this watch is more important than my life, or whatever. He blew up on you. That was the only time I've ever seen Ren that mad. That's why I remember it so well. It's been a while. I have no idea. What's wrong with Ren? Oh no, really?
Yeah.
I see. I'll contact you if I get anything.
Please do.
Yeah, his favorite watch. He got it from his new lover. An anniversary gift. Oh, this was, of course, after the divorce. Ren was so happy. He showed it off to me. He's had that watch on him ever since.
This is a painting of Saint Sebastian was a faithful Christian who lived under Roman Emperor Diocletian. On January 20th, 288 AD, he was martyred. This painting depicts his execution. Shoko was involved in illegal activities. Perhaps the rental phone was used for that purpose.
The Kumakuras. They have a relationship with Renju. I remember him telling me that.
Do you want to pay them a visit?
Yeah. I hope it won't cause problems.
Okay, so now we have gangs involved, man. Come on now. You're starting to see the pattern here. I mean, am I the only one that's seeing the pattern here? The game is throwing all sorts of crazy people in the mix and all sorts of situations to try to blight your path. I mean, I hate using that word anyway, but the truth is, it's obvious. They're trying to blind you from the truth. Throwing all these people in there. Now there's Yakuza's involved. Now it's possibly that Yakuza people killed her and it has nothing to do with a murder mystery. Another one that's going to be an obviously disappointment if it was just a simple Yakuza kill. If it's Renji that just killed her, and if it was Yakuza that just killed her, it would be disappointing. Those are two disappointments I would have with regards to the game. If it had told me that just killed her as well, I guess I would be somewhat disappointed as well because it's so obvious that they're trying to paint Tomy as the killer as well. So those are my three main disappointments. Just like I had my three original killers and my fourth anomaly, my three disappointments are now in full bloom. Hitomi, Renji, and now Yakuza's are my main disappointments if it actually turned out to be either one of those three. Like, it's so ridiculous that it's trying to just obviously show you that it's not these people, but it keeps focusing on these people. Now it throws Yakuza into the mix to try to show you that Yakuza are probably the one that is the reason for death as well. So I'm not being fooled by any of this nonsense. And if it actually turns out to be true, any of this turns out to be true, we're like, what in the hell type of game is this? A game that actually gives you the most obvious stuff as the truth? Like, if it's going to give me the most obvious stuff as the truth, then why even make it an investigation game if it's just telling you the truth from the beginning? I don't know. I want to see what's going on. You know what's confusing? What's confusing is that I don't know why they're playing this game. That's what's confusing. The people who make this game, why are they playing this game?
Is this your first time
I want to
here?
know why. That's the only truly
sorry.
mysterious thing right
I'm
now.
not here as a customer.
Why are they playing this
I need to
footsie
talk to
game?
someone about something.
Catch me if you can. That's the only thing that's really a mystery. Why they're playing this silly game.
Jeez, kid. Excuse me.
Oh, sir! Wait a minute!
Date?
No, he never showed up.
When was the last time he came here?
Let me think. He's just the owner, not the manager, so he comes sometimes, but not all that often.
By the way, I didn't introduce myself yet. I'm Kaname Date of the Metropolitan Police Department.
You're a detective?
Something like that.
That's what we call the customers. Us mermaids serve the Sea Kings. And we really are mermaids, you know. Don't tell anyone.
What?
Everyone working here is a real mermaid.
But you have legs.
They were a gift from Poseidon. We were given legs and feet, so that we can gather riches and foreign currency in the labor market.
Date, let's go.
No, not yet. There's still so much to learn.
Do not listen to her siren song. At this cafe, the maids and clerks are referred to as mermaids. Date, I must be the bearer of bad news. Even with X-ray, her clothes will not turn transparent. Your heart rate and blood pressure is rising. The concentration of phenylethylamine in your blood is rising rapidly. What are you excited about?
So, who's your type, Date?
Sorry, but no one stands out to me. I don't go for the spawn. I'm more of a big catch fisherman.
What?
I think he's saying he likes older women.
What's in the box?
The severed bottom half of a mermaid.
You could have just said the tail.
What kind of furniture can you drink?
Light beer?
Nope.
Rice?
You can't drink rice. The answer is liquefied leather sofa.
How would anyone ever guess that?
Can you even drink that?
No, haven't seen him. Is this related to what happened at Bloom Park? The body on the merry-go-round was Renju's ex-wife. I didn't know that she was Mizuki's mom. Did she change her name or something? Mizuki saw her own mother's dead body, and I just left her there and ran away like a coward. I'm such a piece of shit. I should have stayed. I should have done something. Why did I do that?
Oh, is it eating you up inside, Ota?
Yeah, seriously.
While you're sitting here adding up your options?
But you can order too, Date.
That's not why I'm mad, Ota.
Sure am. I come here whenever I've got time and money. I was here yesterday, too. Around 6:30, I think. But I couldn't get in. I saw a sign at the entrance that said the whole place got rented out for some party. But I came all the way to Akihabara, you know? I didn't want to just go home, so I bought a new one.
A new what?
A phone? I dropped my old one in a puddle, remember? It's not a spear. It belongs to Poseidon, god of the sea. You know, a trident.
Why do you have that?
We treat our customers like lords of the sea. We give them these tridents. It's like a little ranking system we do.
The color changes depending on your rank. There's bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and at the very top, orichalcum.
So it basically measures how much money you've spent on these girls.
Well, that doesn't sound very nice. It's more like a way to exploit their vanity. To separate our customers from their money as much as possible.
That sounds even worse.
I'm still gold. Not that good.
How much did you spend to get that?
About 200,000 yen.
I suddenly understand why someone would want to kill another human.
Because I'm worried about Tessa.
Iris, what's the matter?
Yesterday night. Well, it was past midnight, so more like this morning.
I don't care about the timing. What happened?
Tessa was streaming, as usual, from her living room at home. But suddenly... Actually, let me just show you. I always record her streams.
I'm kinda nervous. It's been a while. Got it. I'll try my best. Okay, everyone! Here's my debut song. Let's hit it! Who could it be at this hour? Is it Date again? Okay, 1 second, I'm coming! Sorry, everyone. Something came up. But I've gotta go for now. I'll sing the rest next time. Bye!
One hour into the stream, so about 2 a.m.? That's weird, right? Someone coming to visit at 2 in the morning? And then she leaves? She looked really serious, too. I was worried about her, so I tried to call, but she didn't answer. She didn't read any of my Nile messages either. I thought maybe the people at Sunfish Pocket would know something. Tessa used to work here. She made a lot of friends.
I'm one of them. But I don't know what she's up to. I asked the other girls too. No one knows anything.
Iva, call Iris.
The number you are attempting to dial is either offline or unavailable.
No way.
Anyway, prophecies are simply not possible.
Something wrong, sir?
No, nothing.
I wonder if Tessa's okay. I'm so worried about her, I can barely eat.
You look like you can eat just fine.
Date, Ranju is not at this location. We have other areas we need to search.
Yeah, you're right.
Who's this asshole?
You made a big mistake coming here. Go home.
All right. Bye then.
Hey, Date!
What? Ugh, I hate dealing with these chumps.
Didn't you hear me?
Do you want to die, old man?
You bastard!
Sorry for the late introduction. I'm with the MPD.
A cop, huh? So, you want to explain what the fuck a cop is doing in my office?
I think we should exchange names before exchanging expletives.
Name's MoMA, the Warhorse. I don't give a fuck what your name is.
All right, MoMA. I have a few things I want to ask you. 2 days ago at Bloom Park, a woman's corpse was found. Have you heard the name Shoko Nidami?
Sure have.
How?
Heard it on the news. The media is making a real fuss about this new serial killer. Can't help but hear about it. I have no idea what you're talking about, cop. You must have gotten some bad info. Fuck no. Why would we do that? Don't know nothing about her. I know her face and her name. It was on the news. Nothing else. What?
The chairman is right in front of you.
What?
I run the Kumakura gang. I'm MoMA Kumakura.
That can't be right. The chairman of the Kumakuras is Rohan. You aren't the chairman.
Yo, asshole. You need a lesson in manners?
Date, wait. I did some research and discovered that Rohan Kumakura died last year. He leapt to his death from the roof of a building.
Suicide?
But MoMA did not take over last year. MoMA took over 6 years ago.
6 years ago.
Date, look at this. A thermograph from when you inquired about Shoko.
Body temperature rising. Red hot lie.
It appears that way.
How do I get him to cop to it?
Remove his fingernails one by one.
Not my style.
Blackmail him.
Blackmail?
Find his weakness and threaten him with it. Let's examine the room. Perhaps we may discover one of his secrets.
There's a hidden safe behind the crest.
There is something inside.
I recognize that. It's just like the one I saw at Matsushita Diner. An A-set figure.
Correct.
But why is that there?
Unknown, but perhaps.
Hey, you wouldn't happen to be a fan of A-set, would you?
What? Who's that?
A schoolgirl internet idol. You know what I'm talking about.
Think you can get away with talking to our boss like that? He's tough as bricks and hard as nails. Never be into pussy shit like that, you fucker.
The Kumakura crest.
If I make a wish, will it come true?
That is not Shenron.
Ima, can you hack it?
I cannot. The power is off.
think that pulls out into a bed?
What would be the point of that? Marvelous.
What?
Marvelous marble.
I got nothing to say to you.
There would be no point in talking to him in that state.
Water.
Wait, sweat. He said you bet!
Fears.
Upset? Regret? He said!
Shadows.
Threat? Silhouette? He said!
Just as I thought.
Boss? What's this?
Shut up! Don't look at me! Get out of here! Did you hear me? I said get the fuck out of here!
Yes, sir.
I've got your secret now. If you don't want that to get out, you better answer my questions.
Yeah, I got it. Us Kumakuras are a branch of the Ujisaki family. The Ujisaki family runs a yearly golf tournament. Mandatory attendance. We were all at the tournament those days. We only got back this morning. You can ask the hotel. They'll tell you.
Dante, I did some research. The hotel's record of guests does list the Kumakura members. They were also seen on several surveillance cameras. It is not possible that any of the Kumakuras could have killed Shoko, including Moma.
How did you know?
You're hiding an ASET figure in the safe.
How did you know that?
I have superpowers.
Yeah, sure. Rohan was my older brother. He was my big brother in this organization, and my blood brother. But he's gone now.
A suicide.
Yeah, after breaking out of the hospital. Right. We do have connections with the investment company Shoko worked at.
A company that commits fraud.
No comment. Anyway, we never had any problems with Shoko. There'd be no reason for us to kill her. No point hiding it, right? Yeah, I know about Shoko's ex.
Do you know where he is?
Nope, sure don't. It's not like we keep in touch or anything.
I detect no abnormalities in his thermograph.
Looks like he's not lying.
About 20 years back, both he and I were the new guys in the Ujisaki family.
The Ujisakis are above the Kumakuras in the hierarchy.
At the time, we were in a turf war with a rival gang. One day, one of their boys walks in here and beats my bro's face in with a metal bat. His vision's been fucked on the right side ever since. The doctors say he can still see, but it doesn't register. Like, he only eats food off the left side of his plate. And if he's drawing a picture or whatever, he only draws the left side.
Date, a question for Moma. Is Rohan left-handed?
Why?
Just ask him, please.
Hey, Moma, I've got a favor to ask. Can you get me information on Renju? His whereabouts, rumors on where he might be, anything. I need some leads.
And what if I refuse?
Then your gang finds out you're the world's biggest A-Set fan. In exchange for helping me, there's a reward in it for you.
A reward?
I'll let you meet A-Set.
What?
I met her yesterday at Lemniscate. We're acquaintances now.
Really?
Yeah.
You promise?
Yeah, I promise.
Yeah, he was.
Confirmed. Rohan must suffer from hemispatial neglect on his right side. As you are aware, the brain is divided into what is called the right brain and left brain. One side develops into the superior hemisphere, responsible for language and higher functions. The other side controls spatial recognition ability. In most people, the superior hemisphere is the left brain. In roughly 1/3 of the population, the right brain is the superior hemisphere. This is often linked to left-handedness. Moma just confirmed that Rohan was left-handed. From this, we can conclude that his right brain was his superior hemisphere, and his left brain was the inferior hemisphere.
Rohan suffered a beating on the left side of his head. That must have damaged his left brain. That caused him to lose his spatial cognitive ability.
Anyway, after getting the shit beaten out of him, he changed, man. He became cold-blooded. I'm talking ruthless. One time, we captured some street bosses from a rival gang. Bro grabbed him by the big toe and took a potato peeler to him, from the toe to the thigh. Totally blank expression, like he was scraping bonito flakes. Sick fuckers like that always end up running the world, don't they? He started climbing the ranks, and eventually he was taken in by the Ujisaki family boss. The Ujisakis decided to make him head of our gang, and that's how we became the Kumakuras. About 6 years ago, I remember him telling me about something big. Some threat to the Kumakuras that could bring us all down. He didn't give me the details, but I figured it was something from his past coming back to bite him in the ass, you know? Anyway, his plan was to handle his shit internally. Didn't want too many people knowing about it. Whatever he planned didn't work. When the chips were down, he decided to handle it himself. He ended up shooting some guy in his house. A few days later, cops busted him. Prosecution tried to get him on premeditated murder, but it was determined that he was insane at the time. Maybe they were right, you know? His head's been getting worse and worse for the past 20 years. He gets relapses and all that. Anyway, they decided to keep him in a special hospital. And naturally, because I'm his brother and next in line, I was the successor.
The Kumakuras appear to be unrelated to the investigation.
It was still worth it just to find out Moba's an ASET fan.
Really?
That information might come in handy later. Let's go somewhere else, Iva. We got what we needed here.
So I'm going to stop this one here for today. I already got what I need in order to require possible killer might be. So I already have my 4 suspects. Or correction, I already have my 3 suspects. So I'm good. I'm going to stop the video right now. Continue some other day. Actually tomorrow. I'm continuing this tomorrow. But today I'm gonna jump on to Strange Brigade and play that for a couple, just for fun. Just wanted to make sure I continue this AI Somnium before the story is completely over. Because the last week of September is when I start playing Disco Elysium. So if you like this video, like, give it a thumbs up and stuff. Like, sure, go ahead. Most other videos I make are going to be mostly talking about how to do certain things and builds and stuff. I believe AI Somnium is simply something that has to do with trying to figure out what's going on in the game. So you can't like make a build or anything like that. So at least this is something that I could just do for the entertainment sake of trying to figure out where this game goes with regards to storyline. So if I'm going to rate this practically as well as professionally, as well as entertainment wise, have to be all 3 of those things. It would have to check off all the boxes that are correct for all those things. So I'll see where the story ends up halfway point. And when I'm going to reach the halfway point, I'll pretty much know when I'm going to reach the halfway point. It'll probably be something that's extremely important, will be the halfway point. So until I reach that halfway point, I'm just going to make this video. I believe I'm going to be getting there pretty soon, because I believe this is the 4th video. So each of the videos I made before this one were like 2 hours apiece. So I'm already 8 hours in. So yeah, I think if this game is short, then I'm getting close to the halfway point. If this game is short, if it's long, then I'm still got some ways to go. So I end off right now. I'll hop on Strange Brigade a little bit later, but I'm kind of getting sleepy, so I might decide to just end it off for today to get some sleep, because I'm starting to feel a little sick, and then hop on Strange Brigade early tomorrow, and then continue this tomorrow as well, along with Warframe. Yeah, it'll probably be just Strange Brigade and then this and then Warframe. So that's how I'm going to do it. That's how I'm going to split up my 5 hours. I'm going to split between Strange Brigade and this and Warframe, which means I'll have to play Warframe for about 2 hours tomorrow. Yeah, so the most I've ever streamed is like 6 hours anyway. So if I'm going to do 6 hours, I gotta split that time into sections. Yeah, because I got like real stuff to do outside of gaming. But typically I always go for 5. So in all truth, I probably won't even play 3. I probably will play 2. It'll probably just be this and Warframe. If not this and Warframe, it'll probably be Strange Brigade and Warframe. Yeah, I might decide to take a day off from playing this tomorrow and just play Strange Brigade. But then again, Strange Brigade is not something that's very long, so I could probably just drop 1 hour into that and then 2 hours into this, and I'm still good for playing like 3 hours of Warframe and then calling it a day. But then again, nah, I don't like going over like if I go too far, I like to keep things within 5 hour period. 5 hour periods. The most I'll stay online 6 hours, but 5 hours is the most. Split up between like one game and another. That'll make up the 5 hours. Yeah, so it'll probably be Strange Brigade and Warframe tomorrow. Probably won't play Somnium. But if Strange Brigade turn out to be something that's I'm feeling that I'm not feeling it, I prefer to continue this adventure in the Somnium, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm signing off now.